All right, TLDW. Hold on to your hats, folks. This is kind of sketchy. So everybody's got a PvP flag. Everybody's in the same corporation. This character just joined faction warfare. At war, whatever. You can see that. At war, faction warfare. Okay? So this character meets the conditions of all three of the points of removal of neutral assistance. Okay? Is involved in faction warfare. So any kind of war, any war, doesn't matter. Okay? 2, does not share a corp / alliance / faction warfare side. That's the key. Number 3 has a log off timer. Red. Okay, so number 2 is the key. The defect comes in, well, you can see the problem because if the situation was reversed, say for instance, hypothetically, you are part of NFG, the alliance, which isn't part of faction warfare. Your corp cannot join faction warfare, but you as an individual can totally join faction warfare at any time, whatever, right? And you can see that if you were fighting in faction warfare, you wouldn't think it would be fair if your NFG guys could rep you, right? Or give you links, right? Right? So reverse that. Say you're in Hedian, hypothetically, right? And you're flying about with Fraternity and freaking Arton, and you're shooting at SRS, and these yahoos drop corp into another one and is shooting Arton, so they're not involved. It's a big mess. But you're like, hey, weren't some of these players getting my links? Or why can't I rep this person? It's because that person in that fight was part of faction warfare. And it triggers all three, and it triggers the neutral assistance, and you cannot rep that person, and you can't, because it's like, oh yeah, whoop-de-ding, you know, ooh, right, whatever, the links, ooh, I didn't get that speed burst, ooh, you know, boo-hoo, Crimea River, right? You're not getting that sweet extra speed, or whatever link you were trying to share, 12%, well, more than 12%. This is level 1. I've got the bare minimum in bursts. So yeah, you're giving links to everybody except this guy, and you're like, okay, whatever, right? But what if you couldn't rep that person? Right? What if the person couldn't be repped at all? And since I'm ganking, let's not. It would be fun too, but let's not. I mean, this is a ganking ult. But let's not get carried away here. So we're zapping away. Let's get some hammerheads in there and really... Oh, Crimea River. Whatever. So yeah, we'll eventually get into the armor. And we're sharing links except our buddy, but our buddy starts to get damaged and goes, I need armor. I need armor. And you're like, oh wait, wrong one. I need armor. And it goes, oh no problem. Yeah, I just fire that up. Your friendly neighborhood, now watch, this'll work. That'd be funny if this works. The links don't share, but I just don't, the thought of having NFG, I know I'm not like friends with them because of past history, but I'm not like, hey, I want to join you guys. But still, the thought of them taking damage from an enemy of ours, SRS, because I couldn't rep them is like really awkward. So I'm gonna try it. Oh god, please be wrong. Please be wrong. Oh shit. Okay, folks. Treat people in FG who are part of faction warfare. Treat this as though you have a kill right on you, because SRS are known literally to have neutrals around to get kill rates on people. And so does Arton. They have the Rafarians who are weirdly playing neutral in this, pretending not to have a dog in this fight, are also sitting on station hoping to farm kill rates. Obviously, I'm assuming that from their positioning. So you've got to realize that SRS might not know this, but they will now, because the question was asked openly, and that Discord that we're all part of is, people are double dipping here. It's like you got to ask yourselves, why do people have a dog in this fight? So there is going to be information sharing at some point, and SRS will eventually figure this out. And if they haven't, I'm really confused. Have they taken advantage of this? Do we know if they've taken advantage of this? Right? Were they taking advantage? Wait. Were they? They must have been, because they all are incestuous. They all share information on the same. They're all part of the same information space, right? They're part of the same media bubble. They must know how to take advantage of this. And let's put the say during a battle NFG lost a couple of people, right? Let's assume that we can test this by checking out if this character. Let's check out this character and go losses and see if they took losses in fights with SRS, that they were like, hey, why did I die? Did you guys not get, and people would just, we didn't get reps on you quick enough, or there was an error, we didn't know why, or what's going on, but whatever, right? That one assumes that could totally be the case, that it's just innocent ignorance about, we just didn't land reps on you quick enough, or some stupid bug happened. But you're not comparing notes. What if actually the case that you're actually getting ass raped by these guys, knowing how to exploit the system? Because these guys are all about gaming the system. We're not. So they have years of experience and sometimes decades of experience of this stuff being a known thing, right? So I think that's it for these guys. I think there's a few more, but son of a bitch, huh? Okay, losses. Let's just plug in losses here and see if SRS has farmed them. They might have not taken part in any battles recently. I know Acom has, but he's been in small ships, and I just assume, okay, he's, it's just been because he's away from his logi'd, right? Okay, that wouldn't track. Wouldn't track either. Wouldn't track. This is all small ships so far, right? So Ashab, Fortizar, but blackbirds are typically at range, right? They're usually not. Blackbirds are so weak that they don't have logi'd support, because they're either too far away from logi'd or they're just not, just not a thing, right? While that's kicking off, let's go check this guy. So mostly, right? Remember the Shuria thing, right? So, but none of these guys have been in. Okay, that was a Mars, so that was probably at undock. But yeah, and that would be hard to track down. Was that a battle? No, it was probably undock, right? Yeah, that was undock, so you can't really rely on that. So potentially SRS and or the people from Pirate and or their like Floppy the Banjo Clown admitted to me that most of the James 666 whatever code safety, there was a brain drain. They've lost a lot of their people who were into mechanics, so they might not have clued in to this exploit. But it's not. It's something you should be aware of, and should go, oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't. If the shoe's on the the emphasis is on the wrong saliva, emphasis is on the wrong saliva. Perhaps this probably, if you told CCP, they'd probably get a senior GM who'd come by and say, yeah, it's intended, and right. So SRS has not apparently taken advantage of this yet. I could be missing. There's a couple of more NFG guys who are part of that, but you guys need to just consider it a kill right. Like, consider yourself with a kill right if you're part of faction warfare when you're playing this, because they will take advantage of it, right? If, assuming they're intelligent enough, which they aren't, but you got to realize that once the question has been posed in public, it's not going to take a genius to put 2 and 2 together and test it out just to see if it works, right? So let's assume that OPSEC for this subject is now breached, and that they will take advantage of it, right? And obviously, when you're playing in a high sec, in a war deck against SRS, and you happen to be in faction warfare, are you going to risk the fact that you can't get links, and more importantly, you can't get logi'd from your buddies? Hello. So there you go. Good luck, guys.